Taurus, thanks for visiting, and as I always ask you nicely, I hope if you like this reading, please like or subscribe or leave a comment if you would like to, only if you'd like to. I've got someone outside, I don't know what they're doing, blowing things around. It's making a noise. I'm going to try and ignore it as usual. I'm sorry. I know I always talk about the noise. I'm sorry about that. But yes, I have everything ready. I'm going to start your reading for lovely Taurus people. So the first card you have for your past is the Three of Wands. So yes, this is the card of waiting. This is the man waiting on the edge of the water. He's waiting for his ships to come in. He's just standing there very patiently. I'm seeing that someone was actually waiting for you at this time, waiting to see you, waiting to speak to you or something like that. They could have already reached out to you or something like that. They were waiting for you to get back to them, or they're waiting for you to communicate with them. If you look at the sky on this card and at the sea as well, they were yellow or golden. So this is the colour of optimism. So they're expecting this, they're expecting you to get back to them. They're expecting this communication from them. They were just standing there very patiently waiting for this to come in, for you to come in for them. I'm sorry, that's getting louder and louder. I'm trying to concentrate. It's not going to go away. I'm just going to have to keep... Oh, and now it stops. Okay, it might start again. I'm just going to try and ignore. I'm sorry about that. So yes, they just wanted you to get back to them. They wanted you to talk to them. And they're very optimistic about this. They were waiting. They were patient. And I'm feeling an imbalance around this. You know, there are two wands on one side and one on the other side. So it could be that you weren't interested. You weren't interested in reaching out to them, but they still thought you were. They were still very optimistic. They just thought, oh, they'll get back to me. They'll come back to me. They'll talk to me. I'm so optimistic. They might even have been a little bit arrogant about this, maybe. And also, if you look at the man on this card, he has his back to us. So you might have your back to them. They might be saying, oh, please get back to me. I'm really interested in you. And you have your back to them. So you're not interested. That's what I'm seeing. And yes, you didn't want to connect with them. That's what I'm seeing. You're probably very nice to them. You're probably very polite with them. But they were just so sure of themselves. They were just sure that you were going to get back to them. They just were not taking no for an answer. Or it could be that they were just... You know, you were saying no to them and they had their back to you. It might be that as well. So whatever it was, they were still optimistic. They were still really sure that you were going to speak to them, and you weren't interested in them. That's what I'm seeing. The next card you have for your past is the Seven of Wands. So yes, I'm seeing you under some pressure at this time. I'm seeing you being very stressed at this time, and I'm seeing a kind of a something practical you had to do. You had to solve a problem, or you had to do something that could have been logistically difficult or practically difficult. I'm seeing some red tape around this. I'm seeing some kind of bureaucratic system stopping you, like a faceless system stopping you from doing things quickly or doing things efficiently. It was like, I hate all these kind of practical things, like filling out forms, calling people, organizing things, and they don't get back to you, or you know, things you have to apply to again, or all of that kind of thing. All of that kind of stuff. I'm seeing this all being held up for you. This was very frustrating. You might have been put on hold, waiting with horrible music, waiting for someone to pick up the phone or something annoying and horrible like that. I am feeling so frustrated around this card. I'm really feeling this. It was like you were up against this faceless system. If you look at the man on this card, he's in a battle with all these wands, but you can't see who's at the end of these wands. You just see the wands. So it's like this faceless group of people, or this faceless system, or whatever this is. But he's high up on a hill, so whatever this thing you were trying to do and you were frustrated with, you were right about whatever this was. You might have been complaining about something, and you had to go through some kind of bureaucratic system or something like that, but you were right. You were up on a hill. You're up higher than everything else, so you were right. That's what I'm seeing. But yes, this was very, very, very frustrating. The last card you have for your past is the Nine of Pentacles. So, feeling more relieved when I see this card. This is the beautiful, abundant card, relaxing in her garden. This woman has everything she needs. So you did get through this frustrating situation. But I'm seeing it did take some time. It took some time to get through this. It was like a long, slow process. You probably can't see on the screen. I'll move that up so you can see. There's a little snail at the bottom left-hand side of this card. So that's showing me that it took a long time for you to get out of this frustrating process and into this time of more comfort and abundance and rest. So yes, this woman's very, very comfortable. She has everything she needs, and you're very comfortable at this time. And I'm not saying that you suddenly had millions, I wish I could say that, but you're feeling a lot more comfortable, a lot more abundant at this time than you felt for a long, long time. So you might have had some spare cash around, you might have been treating yourself. I'm seeing you maybe treating yourself to things around your home, because I'm seeing this woman comfortable around her home, and maybe you had cushions and candles and you're just being nice and comfortable and enjoying your time by yourself. That's what I'm seeing. The false card you have your present is the Ten of Swords. Yes, this terrible card. Yes, I'm actually seeing someone who could be they might be trying to take advantage of you, actually. They might be trying to walk all over you in some way or something like that. So you're a kind person. I'm seeing you are a very kind person, but you're not a doormat. You're not going to put up with this kind of horrible treatment. You're not going to put up with unfairness or someone trying to walk all over you. This person tries to get their own way all the time. I'm seeing someone who doesn't know when to stop pushing. They might be pushing you to do something, and you might say yes to begin with, but then they just keep on pushing. It's like the kind of person who, when you see someone in a shop and they say, oh, and they're buying a pair of jeans or something, and they say, do you have any discount on this pair of jeans? And the shopkeeper looks a bit surprised and they say, I'll just go and ask the manager. And they go and ask the manager and they come back and say, oh yes, you can get, I'll give you 10% off. And they don't just leave it at that. They don't say, oh, thank you, that's wonderful, thank you so much. No, they say, oh, well, maybe you could throw in a pair of shoes, and maybe you can give me a free coupon for something, or a free voucher for, something else. And, oh, maybe you can give me a free this. And they keep pushing and pushing. And then the shopkeepers are looking at them like, what are you doing? What on earth are you doing? You're crazy. So they keep pushing and pushing and pushing, and they don't have any kind of sense of when to stop. They don't think, oh, I'm grateful for that, I'm going to stop. They just keep pushing. And that's what I'm seeing with this person. They might be doing this with you, just pushing and pushing, and they don't know when to stop. So if this resonates, of course, you're very strong. You won't let them take advantage of you. But once you've said no, and you're going to have to say no to them, once you've said no, you're going to have to walk away and let it go. This is the type of person who fights to the death. Look at this poor man in this card. He's stabbed. They fight to the death. They push. They keep on and on and on until you're exhausted, till you're looking like the man in this Ten of Swords, lying down. You can't even move. You just don't know. You can't even breathe. Don't let them take your energy. Once you've said no, be very firm and say, no, that is it. No, no, no. And they'll keep on, and you can say, no, no more. I'm not having this conversation. You'll have to be very, very firm with this person. The next card you have your present is the Five of Wands. So yes, there's a fight, there's a disagreement, there's some kind of thing like this going on in this card. This isn't a serious fight. This isn't swords. This is like a children's play fight, if that makes sense. They're not adults, they're fighting with wands. So this is another message telling you not to take this person in the Ten of Swords very seriously. They're like a child throwing a tantrum. You're going to have to treat them like a child. These are like children in this Five of Wands, so you're going to have to treat them like that. It's like they're going to say, they'll say, please, can I have, it's like a child, can I have this chocolate, can I have this toy? And you say, no, you're not allowed to have that. Oh, and they start throwing it, please, 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 please. They can say please 500 times. And you just say, no, I'm not going to have this conversation. I've said no. And if you keep on, you're going to be in trouble. And they don't know where to stop. Please, please. you're just going to have to treat them like a child and say, right, I'm going to move on from you. I'm not having this conversation. You can say please 5 million times. I'm going to put my fingers in my ears. I'm going to walk off. I'm not going to listen to you. You're acting like a child. It's going to be that kind of situation. So yes, don't let them keep pushing you. Walk off. Walk away from them. Walk away. Be strong. Be strong. You're going to have to act like an adult because they're like a child. The last card you have for your present is the Three of Cups. So yes, I'm seeing jealousy. I'm seeing jealousy around this person. This is why. They think you have something that they want. So they're jealous. They keep on pushing for things, pushing for more. They want what you have. The way to go about getting things isn't to be like that. If you push for things, it makes people run the other way, and that's what you're doing. You don't get what you want by pushing people and bullying them. You don't get what you want by doing that. You know that. They don't know that. If you look at this card, there's an abundance around this card. There's pumpkins, there are fruit, there's flowers, there's every beautiful thing, which is at the bottom of this card. I'll show you. So they see all this abundance around you. And it's not even that you have huge mansions or anything like that. Well, maybe you do, but they see you as having all this amazing abundance. They want it. They're pushing for more. They're thinking, oh, this person has everything. I can keep asking and asking and wanting more and wanting more. You're going to have to say no. The women in this card are all equal. They're all the same size. They're all the same height. They're all wearing the same clothes or similar clothes. So you see yourself as on the same level as other people. You don't see that this person's lower than you, this person's higher than you. You're a very down-to-earth person, but they see you differently. They see you as someone who has all these amazing things and they want all these things. So their view of people is skewed, and their view of people, their view of you is definitely skewed. They have the wrong they have the wrong outlook. The first card you have for your future is the Page of Pentacles. So look at this. This is about working hard. This is about studying. This is about having optimism, having drive, and going about getting what you want. You work hard to get the results that you have. This person doesn't. They don't get where they want, where they think they're getting, and they're not getting anywhere really, but they don't work hard. They want what others have. They don't see the hard work that you put in. They just see the result. They don't understand you at all. They don't understand anything. So you're just going to have to kind of move away from this person. They're still going to be around you in your future, so I'm seeing they're probably still going to be hounding you or bothering you. Just get away from them. Just completely get away from this person. The other thing I'm seeing in this card is that you might have some new challenges coming up at work for you. You might actually have a promotion, or you might have something like that coming up for you. It's going to be very good. You're going to be able to rise to this challenge. You might be teaching someone, you might be training someone. And yes, there's going to be a lot of learning in this, but you're going to be able to do this, I'm seeing very clearly. You're going to be able to do this. The next card you have for your future is the Lovers. So this person in the Three of Wands, this person who was really waiting for you, they're still going to be very interested in you. They're going to be optimistic. They're still going to be thinking that you're going to be getting back to them. I don't know how long they've been waiting, but they're still waiting at this time. They're still going to be waiting. They can be waiting forever. But because you're not interested in them, they're interested in you. You're not interested in them. Poor person. But you know, I think you've told them. I think you might have told them this, or hinted, or you've said something to them, but they're not taking no for an answer. So this says to me that they are actually a little bit arrogant. They think that you might cave into them, or you might say yes eventually. But you know, if you look at this Lovers card, the man's looking over at this woman, and the woman's looking upwards. So this person's looking at you, gazing over at you. Oh, they're going to look at me eventually. And you're not looking at them. You're looking up at this angel. You're looking up at all of these things you're going to achieve, all of these things you're going to do, and everything, all of these interesting things in your head. So you're not interested in them. Poor person, I'm sorry. I'm saying sorry to them, I don't know why. The last card you have for your future is the Knight of Cups. So again, this is about this person in this Lovers card, this person who's waiting for you, who's gazing at you. They're still going to be doing that. A lot of the stuff that's going on about you, how they feel about you, is going on in their head. That's what I'm seeing. this can be about, this Knight of Cups can often be about one-sided love. It can be about sitting and brooding about someone that you know isn't going to come to you. You might be hoping they will, but deep down you really realize that they're not going to do that. And that's what this person's doing. They're not moving close to you. They're not telling you that this is how they feel. They might have done that once, but they're not going to do that again. I'm seeing they're not brave enough to do that. But they're also not brave enough to move on from you. They're not moving forward. They're not moving forward in their head or in their heart. They're still going to be thinking about you. So they're kind of at a crossroads. They're still going to be sitting there at this time, not moving forwards, not moving backwards, and they're holding on to their love. They're holding on to their cup. This is their emotions. They still have these emotions in front of them, and they're looking, they're focused on that. Eventually they're going to be able to move forward, but they're not going to be able to at this time. That's what I'm seeing. So Taurus, I hope this resonated. As you know, general readings can't always resonate with everyone, but again, if you like this reading, please like or subscribe, or leave a comment if you'd like to. Thank you so much for watching.